Hey guys! So today I'm going to be filming the 25 Things About Me tag. I filmed this last week and I rewatched the footage and I did not like any of it, so I decided to refilm it for you guys so I could give you the best possible video you could have. And I need to say sorry for my hair. I just got out of the shower, so it's all wet and piled on top of my head, so ignore that. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1, I can lick my elbow, which they say is impossible, but it really isn't. I was known as the girl who could lick her elbow in high school, which is probably not the worst thing you could be known as in high school. I'm sure there's a lot worse things, so yeah. I will demonstrate it for you now. Ooh, you stretch a little bit. Doing it. So yeah, not impossible. Number 2, I was homeschooled for 4 years. I was homeschooled from 5th grade up until my freshman year of high school. I was homeschooled because I had super bad anxiety, and I developed what they call as like school phobia. So I would cry and have panic attacks every time I'd walk into like a school setting. So my mom pulled me out and started homeschooling me for 4 years, and I wouldn't say it wasn't like a good time in my life, but also was I developed very bad depression in that point in my life because I lost all my friends from like elementary school, and I just fell into like a really deep like hole in myself. Like I only had my family around me who were very supportive, and I loved every second of being around them for my life. But when you don't have friends when you're like 12, 13, 14, it's really difficult. But I developed friends when I like tried going back to school in 8th grade, and I went back for about a week, and that's where I met like a lot of my amazing friends and also my boyfriend to this day, so it was a good time. Number 3, ever since my tattoo tag, I have gotten another tattoo, so now I have 10 tattoos, and it is this one. I had to like distort my arm to like show you guys. But yeah, it's like a Halloween haunted house. Today is Halloween, so I needed to get another tattoo commemorating it. And I got that at Living Color by Hannah Rose, the amazing Hannah Rose. Number 4, I went to college for a year and a half. I took a year off after high school because honestly, I don't like school. I'm not bad at it, I just don't like it for myself. And so I took a year off. I got like a job and everything, which I'm still at currently to this day, and I went for a year and a half after taking the year off, and now I have currently been out of school for a year again because, like I said, school isn't for me, but I am hoping to go back at some point. Number 5, talking about going back to school, I want to get my interior design degree. I have always loved interior designing. When I was little, I would like rearrange all of our furniture in our house, so like try and make it like better. And I still love it to this day. It's just one of my passions, and I hope to make a career out of it someday, maybe, hopefully. Number 6, I have 5 half-sisters. I have 3 older half-sisters. 2 from my dad's first marriage, Kara, Michelle. 1 from my mom's first relationship, who is Jasmine, who I live with, who is like the closest sister I have. She's like 100% like my sister. And all of them are my sisters, but I'm just not as close with them as I am with Jasmine. And then I have my 2 younger sisters, which are Elena and Emiliana. And I love all of them to death. I am just not as close with the 4 of them as I am with Jasmine because I live with her. And I grew up with her every single day of my life, so that's just who I'm closer with, but I love all of them. Number 7, like I said, my dad has been married 3 times, and my mom was his second marriage, but they got divorced when I was like 10 months, 18 months, somewhere around there, when I was super young, so it never really affected me. Me and my dad don't have the closest relationship, but I still love him. I have no hard feelings towards my dad. I love him to death, and I do see him regularly, so yeah. But I do live with my mother. She is the person I live with my whole entire life. I lived with her, my grandmother, and my sister, Jasmine. and I never would have lived with my dad, so I am closer to my mom just because I did live with her for my whole entire life. And that's just who I look up to. She's my role model in life, and my grandmother, but she has passed away for 4 years at this point. But yeah, both of them were just my role models growing up and still are to this day. Number 8, I have a boyfriend. If you don't know, like I said earlier, I met him in 8th grade when I was 13 years old, so we have known each other for 8 years at this point, but we dated when we were 15 years old. Didn't work out. I broke up with him, and we got into a little tuffle for a couple years, and then just a few years ago we got back into each other's lives, and ever since then we've been inseparable. And our 1 year is actually in 2 weeks, so yeah, it worked out for the best. Number 9, I have dyed my hair so many times. Too many times to count. I have had every color of the rainbow, every bad dye job, every bad highlight, every bad... Ugh. My hair was dead in high school, like D-E-A-D, dead. And it just felt like fried chicken. Not fried chicken, but fried hair. And I've had blue, black, blonde, green, purple, pink, red, I think I said. And I've had all of those colors multiple times, so it's just not one time I had those colors, but multiples. And I combined some of them. My poor hair. But I recently had purple hair, and I have dyed it back to black. So this is the closest to my natural hair that I can get. I did have natural dark brown hair, but I prefer black. So sorry, Mom. Number 10, I graduated in 2013, which feels like forever ago, but it's only been 3 years at this point. But I am now 3 years out of high school, and it feels like a lifetime ago at this point, honestly. High school was not a good time for me. I was bullied. I was that weird girl in high school, so when I left, I was super glad to get out, and honestly, I've never looked back. I never had those times where I'm like, oh, I miss high school. I'm like, no. High school is shit. So, glad to be out. Number 11. Like I said, graduated 3 years ago, so I am now 21 years old. I turned 21 in October. My birthday is October 18th. So yeah, I am 21 now, and it wasn't that big of a milestone for me, honestly, because I don't like to drink that much, so I just kind of, go with the flow. I'm getting old. Might as well. You know what? Yet the other day, I found gray hair in my head. I'm like, dude, I'm only 21, not 80. But I guess I might as well just go buy some fucking dentures now. Number 12, I live in upstate New York. I live in Rochester, New York, so it is not the Big Apple, the New York City. I live in the boring, upstate, near Canada, New York. It's cold, it's boring, but I love it at the end of the day. And I can't imagine me moving anywhere except for maybe somewhere warmer where there isn't such brutal winters. But yeah, I honestly love Rochester, and I can't imagine raising a family anywhere else and just living anywhere else. My family's here, everything I have is here, so Rochester for the win. Oh, and we have garbage plates, so you know it's good. And if you don't know what a garbage plate is, Google it and try it. You won't regret it. Number 13, I have worked at Marshall's for the past 3.5 years. That is my first job and my only job at this point. And I have met amazing people there. I have met also some shitty people there, but I have met some of my best friends working there, and at the end of the day, I love Marshall's to death. Number 14, I have gotten stitches 4 times in my life. All from when I was younger. I haven't gotten any stitches recently, knock on wood. I have my scars here, which I don't know if you can see. That is from when I got my head stuck in a banister. I have some in my eye, which you probably can't see because of my glasses. But that is from me watching Anastasia and dancing around and hitting my eye on a glass table and cutting it open. So I have never watched Anastasia ever since. It's cursed. The third time, or I think the first time actually, is when I was a baby, is when my sister cut my finger in a door. I'm not trying to flick you guys off, but cut my finger in a door and it was hanging off, so now I have this weird little divot in my finger because it never grew right. Thanks, sis. And the fourth time is when I was in 3rd grade, I think. I was in the cafeteria and I was throwing away some garbage and I slipped and fell and hit my chin like this on a bench and cut it open. And just a bloody mess. And I don't know if you can see the scar from that one. But there's one there and it looks icky now. But oh well. And I haven't gotten any stitches since, so let's hope I don't get any anytime soon. For 15, I played the flute for 3 years. I played it from 3rd grade up until 6th grade. I stopped playing because of, homeschooling, and I just had nowhere to play it. Because most people played it in like school, so I just kind of grew out of it. And I have a lot of hobbies, and I get bored of them very easily, and that was one of them. But I honestly kicked myself in the butt for quitting flute because it was a really good instrument to play and I had a lot of fun doing it, and now I'm uncultured swine. 16, I was in the hospital 3 times when I was younger for asthma. I have super bad asthma ever since I was little because when I was a baby I got really bad infections in my lungs which created asthma, and I was 5. When I was 5 I was hospitalized for 2 weeks with asthma and like a bunch of other infections in my lungs. When I was 8 for a few days with the same thing again, and when I was a baby for a few days I think with the same thing. My asthma's gotten a lot better for sure. I was hospitalized last year. Well, I wasn't hospitalized, I just went to the hospital because I was having super bad asthma attacks, and I got better though. It's just usually around like fall or like spring is like when my asthma gets super bad and like, oh my god, I can't breathe. So number 17, I have depression and anxiety, which I mentioned earlier in the video. My anxiety I've had ever since I can remember. I never knew what it was though. I just thought it was normal to be scared and want to throw up every 2 seconds and shake and just freak out over like nothing. So, but when I was 12, I was diagnosed with it, and I realized that it is not normal to do these things and to feel this way. So I am on anti-anxiety medications, and I also have depression, which I have developed over the years from my anxiety, just because it prevents me from doing a lot of things, and I try to push myself every day to not feel this way, but when mental illnesses, you can't really stop yourself from doing these things, and it sucks. Number 18, I have a dog named Gypsy, and he is 15 years old, but he still acts like my little puppy. I've had him ever since I was around 5, and he's just my best friend of all time. He is my little baby. He is a miniature poodle, so he's super tiny, always been tiny, and he could be a little brat, but I love him to death. He just recently became blind, and he's losing his hearing, so it's super hard to see him getting older, and just I can't imagine my life without him though. So even thinking about it, I'm like trying not to cry about like thinking about ever losing him. So no, we're talking about it. He's my baby and I love him. I'll insert some pictures or something of him, so because he's sleeping over there and I don't want to bug him because he'll kill me. Number 19, my favorite kind of movies are horror films. I am obsessed with horror. I am obsessed with scaring myself. I'm obsessed with paranormal. I love it all. And the funny thing is, the paranormal is like my worst fear. So it's funny, like I love it in films, but in real life, I'm like, get the fuck away from me, you little ghost. Like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. But yeah, horror films are my favorite. I also love comedies and like suspense-filled films. My favorite movies are Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean, White Chicks, and then any kind of horror film, honestly. Like, I love them all, even the shitty ones, kind of. Number 20, I love any kind of music. You can give me country, pop, rap, Christian rock. Oh my gosh, there's like a leaf like blowing outside, so I thought it was like an animal coming to attack me or something. Oh my god, I just died of Um, anyways, yeah, give me any kind of music and I will love it. I used to like hate certain kind of music. I only listen to like the screamo, like pop punk stuff. I still love that stuff, but like now I've opened my horizons to like country and rap and all that kind of stuff. So thanks to my friends who have brought me to the dark side. Number 21, if you can't tell, which you probably can't because I'm super fucking pale, is I am half Puerto Rican and I am half Portuguese. My dad's side is the Portuguese and my mom's side is the Puerto Rican, so I am straight 50-50. My first name, Selena, is Puerto Rican. My last name, Nobrega, is Portuguese, so yeah. I love Puerto Rican food. I'm more close to the Puerto Rican side than I am to the Portuguese side just because, like I said, my dad, I was raised by my mom and my grandmother who are full Puerto Rican, so I'm more Puerto Rican than anything. And I am sorry for these fucking mowers or anything that you are hearing in the background. Like, what are you doing? Go away. It's like October, or no, it's not October, fucking what am I talking about? December. Why are you mowing the lawn? Get out of here. Rude. Okay, so my camera decided to stop recording at number 23, so I need to do the 3 last ones again. So number 23, my first crush turned me down drastically. I was in 1st grade and he was in 2nd grade, so he was older and cute, and I had the biggest crush on him, and I would always just look at him in lunchtime and just be like, oh my god, he's so cute, and just stare at him the whole entire time and look like a creeper. So one day he came over to my lunch table and I was like, oh my god, he's talking to me, oh my god. So he looks at me, looks at my face and is like, stop looking at me, and then just walks away. My whole world ended right there. I was so embarrassed, I wanted to cry. But you know what, fuck him, I'm better now. I was a catch, still am a catch, so thank you. Number 24, my favorite food of all time is burger and fries. Anywhere you get them, they're good. You know they're gonna be good. So they're just, it's the safest food to get anywhere. Plus chicken fingers, but I'm not a big fan of chicken fingers. But burger and fries, always good. My favorite's from Wendy's, but that's not really like gourmet food, but I don't care, don't judge me. Wendy's is good, so whatever, don't care. And number 25, last but not least, is I remake furniture. I do it as a hobby, and that is part of the reason why I want to become an interior designer. So I remake furniture, I fix it, I paint it, I remake it into something new, and I sell it to people. I used to have a shop in a little co-op, and I sold my furniture there that I remade, and it was really fun, and I just don't have a lot of time to do it anymore, so it's tough to be able to do that kind of thing anymore. But I try to make time, but it's just tough with work and friends and family and everything. So I hope to get back into it some point soon, but it's tough. Tough when you're a busy girl like me. Just kidding, all I do is work. That is it for my 25 things about me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me at least. I hope I'm not too boring, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye!